Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trent from GTN Fitness. First of all, thanks for being here. And in this video, I want to talk about the difference between mass and muscle. Now, I know that may seem a little bit strange because usually these two are used in combination together, like lean muscle or muscle mass, something like that. But I actually do believe there's a distinct difference that could be actually stopping you from seeing the results you want. So let's get started. All right, let's talk about mass first. Now, mass can be made up of, sure, some muscle. Now, I'm talking the actual contractile filaments that allow us to move and shit, on top of maybe an increase of glycogen from doing high rep work with a surplus of calories. On top of that, maybe an increase of water weight and even body fat too. So all those things make up mass, and mass can almost mean the same thing as weight. I mean, it like kind of does, right? And if someone says, "Oh, I want to gain weight," it's like, what do you mean by that? Do you want to get fat? Do you want to get, big and puffy? Actually, speaking of that, take a look at this picture right here. Obviously, that picture isn't too impressive. I pretty much look like a swelled up balloon, right? Well, I added a ton of mass, and I did that. It took me actually 2 years to hit that great landmark and fitness goal. But what I did was I was eating probably 18, 19, maybe even 20 calories per pound of body weight, right? And a ton of that was made up of carbs. And I was following like the traditional bodybuilding style workouts, going to the gym 6 days a week, separating each day by a body part and doing a ton of exercises and always chasing the pump. So doing that with my training and diet for 2 years, that was the result. And I gained a ton of mass because of it. Now, I don't think that's what most guys want. If most guys see like a shredded cover model, I mean, I know this was for me. I forget like what really did it for me. I mean, not gonna lie, maybe it was a Twilight movie scene. What's his name? Like Taylor Lautner, I forget in the movie. I don't even know. I didn't even see the full movie. Anyway, that's what did it for me. And I looked at that and I was like, oh, I want to gain weight. But really what I meant was I want to gain that muscle to look like that. I don't want to gain this mass and be soft and puffy like that. So that's what I'm trying to flesh out here. That's why I believe there's a huge difference between gaining mass and then gaining like actual muscle, right? That hard and dense muscle like this, right? So let's get on to actually like what it actually takes to build muscle. Just kidding. I want you to keep in mind though, doing that higher rep and some of that extra volume work does have its place, but most guys put that as the primary focus of their workout routines, and that's why they don't see the results they want to. So, but we're going to get to that in a little bit. First of all, building muscle and getting lean muscle is very simple. We have to get very strong in the 4 to 8 rep range. That's going to trigger that myofibular hypertrophy or the growth of the actual muscle fibers. It's as simple as that. So each workout needs to build upon each other, whether that's 1 more rep, 5 more pounds, or even like a pound or 2.5 pounds if you're micro loading, right? So that's how we trigger that hard, dense muscle. And then, but here's the thing, we can't just that's whenever things become a little more tricky, right? We can't just let our diet go to shit and gain a bunch of fat, because that defeats the purpose of even gaining mass or trying to build lean muscle. If you get fat, you get fat, right? So that's whenever we have to dial in our nutrition with a very small surplus, but still enough to promote strength and muscle gains. That's how we build that lean muscle and stay lean and shredded throughout the journey. And we keep looking better and better. But for some strange reason, most people like what mass looks like on paper. They like to see guys gaining 25 pounds of muscle in 3 months or something along those lines. And if that type of muscle growth was like feasible for everyone, I mean, it's not. It's not in the cards, But if it was possible, I probably wouldn't even have a purpose making these YouTube videos, because mostly every guy will be walking around all jacked. That muscle growth isn't in the cards, So the first thing here is you have to develop some patience. And you have to accept yourself where you are, because building muscle takes time. Building strength takes time, right? And that's why dialing in our nutrition is so important, because we don't want to gain fat in the process. I had this picture for you guys to look at. And yes, that was my most popular transformation, the first transformation that did it all, really. And the crazy thing is, during that 3 month, that 12-week period, I only gained 6 pounds, but that was all muscle. 6 pounds of muscle, also strategically placed on like my shoulders, upper chest, biceps, you know the whole deal, right? So if you take that little bit of muscle that I gained and put it in the right places on your body, that's how you create a more visually attractive physique. And that's what I'm trying to stress here. It's not all about adding mass or trying to get your scale weight up really quickly, because that usually results in not the look you're after, right? So it takes a little bit of time. If you strategically place it, you can get the most out of your efforts. All right, so to kind of wrap this whole video up, we have mass and we have muscle, right? Okay. So what is your journey going to look like? Well, first of all, to actually get the best results, you have to train for strength in the 4 to 8 rep range, and you have to get very strong. As a beginner or anything, that's what you need to start with. Just to give a little bit of timeline, you should be spending like the first 3 to 6 months gaining strength. Then after that, you're going to look incredible because you're not going to spill over in fat gain if you keep your nutrition dialed in, and you're going to build proper proportionate muscle. That sounded hilarious. And you're going to look muscular, you're going to be strong, and you're going to look amazing. Now, the key is, the little secret is adding that extra volume in after you're already strong. You can put that still on like your shoulders and, you know, specific muscle groups, but after you built that strength foundation, you know, that is the special time to add it in, and it's going to take your physique to a whole new level because it's going to take your muscle development even further. So that's how you do that. I don't know what it is, man. I hope I get this video up, but I guess it's just one of those days. It's like some days I really feel like I'm talkative and I enjoy filming videos, but today it's just like my mind was just gone and I was just really trying to push through this video. So I apologize if it's a little shaky, and I hope you got some value out of that on the difference between mass and muscle, right? And you're on the right path to building a great physique. So anyway, guys, until next time, I hope you enjoyed everything. If you have any questions, please be sure to comment below. The link to the article, if you're on YouTube right now, is below in the description. And as well, if you've seen those 3 ebooks, if you want to pick them up, they're on the GTM Fitness newsletter. You can sign up below as well. Anyways, guys, that's all. I gotta maybe get some sleep or something. Just get my mind right. But anyway, guys, until next time, take care.